going on? Back out to the Chesterfield Valley, everybody. Game 4 of the round robin, and don't want to say it's a meaningless game, but the outcome of this one will have no determination on the game Sunday, and that is where the focus will lie. Got to get through this one tonight healthy and smartly, as the Eagles, with the victory last night over Chesterfield, locked up the 1 seed and a home game for for Sunday's St. Louis Championship. They will take on the St. Louis Knights, the 2011 squad, as they wrapped up second place with the victory just a few minutes ago against the Chesterfield Falcons. St. Louis Sting, who had a chance by taking that game against the Knights to overtime and then picking up the win against both Chesterfield and the 2012 Knights, had actually given themselves a shot to get into that game. They needed Chesterfield to defeat the 2011 Knights. Knights, with only a 1-0 lead into the third period, added on 2 more to take the game prior to 3-0. Eagles will take on the 2012 Knights, a Bantam minor team. That team very good in the regular season. Went 22-0-1 in Central State's play. Did not make the championship in Chicago for the Central States Championship, but made a run at it nonetheless. They were stellar throughout the regular season and have 1 win here in the round robin, as they did defeat Chesterfield. So Chesterfield goes 0-4 in the round robin. St. Louis Knights 2012 have 1 victory with 2 losses. The 2011 Knights with 3 victories and a loss, one of those victories being an overtime win, and your Eagles, perfect 3-0 all regulation wins. Third game in 3 days for your Eagles. They defeated the Falcons, as mentioned last night, by a score of 5-1. A game where Liam Connolly played out of his mind for Chesterfield, kept them in that game. The Eagles took a lead in the first period as Jack Callison scored at 9:31 in the first. Stayed that way until 4:02 in the second. Drew Kristalovich rattled run off all the posts and in on the rebound pass from John Schmidt. Again, that was at 4:02. Gavin Welch added another at 32 seconds. They took a 3-0 lead to the third. Scored right in the opening minute. Welch again was able to put one in to give them a 4-0 lead. They made it 5-1 on the power play. Skipton Fager, who had barely missed a couple earlier, scored on the power play at 13:54. It stayed that way until 4:36. Chesterfield got one back, but the Eagles finished it out at 5-1. Mason Carlson at the dot with Gavin Welch and Jack Callison up front. Sam Bilger and John Schmidt on the backside. They win the draw, and for the first time since way back in September, Carter Altidge in net for the Eagles. He'll get the start here. Now we've got one in offside as the Eagles try to take it in on the left edge. Carter, after recovering from knee surgery all season long, and worked hard doing his rehab and taking his time to get back. And Coach Anderson rewarded him with the start here in this one. Howie Clay with the night off. He's on the end of the bench, ready to go if need be. Knights have it in the zone. They flip that one up and into the netting. And the second stop in play here, just 29 seconds in. No rosters available for the 2012 squad. They've got them all locked down. Could not find them anywhere in my hockey. I scoured all week, couldn't find one, so we'll do the best we can. What I can see here is we're in the smaller rink, 15s over on the other side. Schmidt, Beckerly, Kristalovich, Fager, and Stevie out off the draw. They have it in front, shot on, and Altidge with the save. First shot of the evening belongs to the Knights. Trying to zoom in a little bit here. Netting right in front of us, going to play with the camera all night, so apologies about that. Knights have it off the draw again in the corner. Stevens tried to put it up top for Shaw, but knocked down. Now near side. That one deflected out of the air. Now the Eagles finally able to get out of the zone. Kristalovich off the board and takes a funky bounce. Right back to him. He was skating ahead of it, knocked it down, but the Knights bring it out. Schmidt with it in the zone. Gives it over near side for Beckerly, trying to move it ahead. That one picked off at center by Cernko. Thrown in down low, near side. Flips it around over to Schmidt. Up for Fager. Off the boards and out O'Brien on. Gets that one past Billingsley into the zone. Finn. The candles around. Backhanded attempt on, goes wide. Through the crease. McKay and Fostick near side tie up Devereaux as O'Brien comes in to clean it up, takes it back down into the corner. Looking for some help. Gets it out to Maddock playing defense tonight. Over to Matthews. That one rolls off the toe, gets it back, turns around, heads down to the corner, centers it up for Fostick. He couldn't pull the trigger. He got tied up in front. Tip back out to Maddock. Reese will throw it back in, wraps it around to the far side. O'Brien fights off the slash from Govero. Now the Knights come back out with it. Far side, Cernko across center ice and into the zone. Trying to get around. Presser shot on, the glove save there for Altidge, the first test of the night. For Carter, they tried to beat him glove side. Carter able to reach out and pull it in. Leave it scoreless here. A couple in. Championship game against the 2011 Knights, 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon down in Afton. Come on out, should be a good one. Eagles have had their number so far this season. They're going to have to do it one more time. Winner will go to Dallas for Nationals at the end of this month. Now the losing side of the board will go to spring hockey. Eagles have had a hell of a season, and let's hope it's Our boys, they got it in their own end. Carlson tried to bring it out, able to tip it out of the zone, but has his pocket picked a little bit on the right side, and the Knights throw it back in. Alton settles it, leaves it for Schmidt. John up to Welsh, tried to tip it ahead. Madigan there pulls it away. Bilger down low. Eagles can't take these guys lightly just because they're a year younger. They're a very good team. Johnson with it, drops it back for Madigan at center. He'll flip it in past Schmidt. Aldridge will settle as the Knights change. Trying to get it out. Batchelor holds it in on the blue line, gets it to Stevens. Takes it down to the corner. Carlson comes to help out, as does Welsh. Turns around off the board. Shaw flows out, went in, stick save there. For Altidge. Now off the board's far side. Carlson up and across center. As he runs through a man trying to get in. Knights come back out with it again near the side. That one too far for Stevens. Picked up by Beckerly. Gives it over far side for Alex Schmidt. Alex skates along the blue line. Sees some daylight right side. Moves through traffic and into the zone. Tried to make one more move. Gets it peeled away. Now Beckerly gets it. Drops it back for Stevie as he loses an edge. But Schmidt there to help him out. Flips it back up for Jack. Jack with the game winner the other night, just across the way against the Knights. He made it a 3-2 game in the third, and the Eagles held on to win it. Coming back down, 2-1 in that game. Thrown in from Schmidt, deflected and goes wide. Stevie loses an edge again near side. They're able to get it down for Kristalovich. He's double teamed behind the net, gets it to Fager. Centers it up for Stevie, and that one's shot, and that one might have gone off the post or a pad. Nope, off the pad it went. First shot of the night belongs to Jack. Puts it around Fager once again, trying to center it up. Gets a loose puck into confusion, trying to center it once more. That one off a shot, gets it back out to Beckerly, top of the zone. Flips it far side for Schmidt. Alex shot on, that one deflected off a stick behind the net. Fager there with it. Gifted, takes it to the corner far side, turns around, playing with him now. In front, they shoot and score! Kristalovich buries it on the good feet. Oh, they say no goal. How about no goal? Are you kidding me? That's the second time they've gotten no goal out of that. That was buried in the back of the net. Reese Maddock got robbed last night by the officials not seeing the goal. Eagles were celebrating and everything. How'd that not go in? Kristalovich was standing right in front of the net. Have it back in the zone once more. Maddox shoots that one in. That was knocked down by a high stick. They let it go. Tying him up down low. Eagles are mad now. O'Brien hammers it behind the net. McKay to the far side. They just play it in the corner. Comes back around. Held in by Matthews. That one off a stick high. Deflects into the corner past O'Brien. Took that one up. That one knocked down again. They let it go. That was way up above his head. Then 2-on-1. Circle with the shot on, and now Matthews goes into the net hard. Knocks it off, but he's still on his feet. Shots evened up 4 apiece. Thought the Eagles had a 1-0 lead. They called it no goal. Kristalovich right in front of the net. Looked like it bounced, went in and bounced right back. Still a scoreless game here in Chesterfield. Now officials still talking in front of the Eagles net. Aldridge with his mask off. He'll skate away a little bit. It was pretty wide open. I mean, it looked like Drew just buried it. It might have gone off the crossbar in the back side of the net. One referee on the ice, 2 lines, but all 3 missed it. The referee gave the signal of no goal. It was late. It was already celebrating. The Knights almost caught him going. Now they're going to come over to the Eagles bench. As Coach Greg Anderson talks it over with the referee and the lines. The explanation they happy with, and everybody's back to it. Back for the draw here near side, 10:26 to go. And reset the clock. That had stopped it. Thinking we had a score. Eagles have it. Callison up to Carlson. He's out with Kane. Bilger and Schmidt. Back to Callie. Brings it in on the backhand. Drops it for Caden. Into the corner, try to get it back to Callison. On his backhand, he's pushed off down low by Anderson. Now they try to kick it out top of the zone, gets behind some skates, and Bilger has to come over for it, picks it up in his own end, flips it back ahead for Kane, leaves it for Carlson. Skates through Johnson and into the zone with it, near side. Turns around, drops it for Caden Kane, and that shot off the pad. That one up from Carlson goes just wide as he tried the angled shot down low in the dot. Net comes off, and we'll go once more near side. Back on up front, wins the draw back to Beckerman. Trying to put it down low for CB2 Spark. Salvage with it on the backhand. It's figured front, tips it, and that one goes just wide to the near side. Kippen had one last night. Now they get back to Salvage again. That shot save made as the Knights netminder doesn't have a stick. Schmidt with it, far side. CB comes in, fights, and gets it out of the way. Shot on blocker save, still bouncing in front. Eagles just trying to throw it at the net. As the play has kicked the stick away from the Knights net. Stevie still battling in front, has the puck, centers it up. That one intercepted, still loose in front of the crease. Kristalovich can't get it on net, comes over to the near side. Knights get it, they clear it away, and what a stand there by the Knights defense. As it gets past Beckerly down to the zone, ripped around far side. Schmidt with it on the backhand, had one on him, and they tip it away. Stevens just made the move on top of the zone. Schmidt brings it out. He'll keep it cross center into the zone. Pulls it back. Drops it down low. Giorgio able to get a piece of that, but Fager far side as he was chasing in. Now goes for the change. Kristalovich, the last of the old line on, tried to get it around from Matthews, and Knights able to steal it. They get it out. Cernko bumped off here by Schmidt. Goes down. Alex steals it back once again. Off the boards for O'Brien, a little behind him, then comes back for it, trying to get in. He's standing on the blue line. They let it go. Steps back out, flips it in. McKay can't get there. They gain control. Pass it back and forth. Now misplayed over to Matthews. He keeps it in on the point. Back down low, Fossick. Too far for him. Has to fight for it. Can't get there. They get there to the corner. Picked up there by Giorgio. Far side, tipped out by the Knights, back to center. Maddock has it, drops it. Ooh, too far back from Matthews, and they'll retreat all the way back behind Alton. Oh, the brakes on, tried to put it the other way, too far from Maddock. Now McKay tips it out of the zone, doesn't get a lot, but it ends up being perfect. O'Brien there to get it. Flips that one at the net. Ooh, and Fossick right there, hair too late as the rebound came right back out to him, and he just swung and missed. Half step behind it, now they bring it back in. Evero pushed off, but able to knock it into the zone. They have it down low, trying to center it up off of Matthews. Sits below his feet. Fossick down there now as well as Matthews comes out with it behind the net. Johnson backs up across the blue line as Matthews tips it up for Welch. Evero got a stick on it. Gavin turns around, puts it back in as Manolo cross-checks Welch in the neutral zone. Carlson with it, far side, shot on, deflected high, and the save made. With 7:02 to play here in the first period. No score between the 12 Knights and the 11 Eagles. Thought we had one a few minutes ago off the stick of Kristalovich. They called no goal. Play on scoreless. Carlson, Welsh, and Kane now on up front. Win it back for John Schmidt. Power point, try to get it back down low, went off of Kane. Caden able to keep it in. Bilger picks it up at the circle. He'll throw it in. That one off the boards down low as Carlson was going to the front of the net. Schmidt, oh, what a good job to catch that one at the blue line. Settle it back down and keep it in for the Eagles. Carlson fighting behind the net, gets it to Welsh, tried to give it back. Goes past him, now Kane throws it in front. Ooh, tried to get the bank shot and almost got it to work off the pad of the goalie. Right side, but it comes back out. Carlson with it, back down low for Welch. Tried to center it, and Mason didn't see it. Nice take it. Oh, stolen away by Kane. Comes back in into the corner. Try to push him off. Now Welch off the board. Bounces back in their feet. Off the board's far side. Schmidt holds it in again at the blue line. Now the Knights able to escape. They come in right side. Kane able to pick the pocket of Smith. They can't clear it away. In front, shot on, and that one doesn't get through off of Schmidt. Over to Welsh near side. Gavin makes the move around Madigan, too far. Schmidt picks it up as they go knee to knee at the center line. Johnny will throw it in and go for the change. Fager down low again, trying to hold him in. Kristalovich on, able to finish the job there. Now can stick there from Fager, holds it, but the Eagles trying to finish up the change. Come all the way over near side, doesn't matter. Knights ice the puck and stop play with 5:37 to go here in the first period. Bit more high energy than last night's game. Last night was a frog through the mud. It was a rough go at times. Both teams came out flat and stayed that way basically the whole game. Eagles still able to put 5 on Chesterfield in a game that could have been 15-0. Gonna have a bad one every now and then. Got it out of the way. They're having a good one here. Just can't get one to fall yet. You gotta think when they do, it'll come in bunches. Fager try to drive it back. Now Stevie from the slot shot on, and that one into the mitt. Another shot, another save. For the Knights. Face-off coming near side. Kristalovich, Beckerly, Fager, Schmidt, and Stevie all stay out. Drop one back for Stevie, and he'll throw that one down low, too far for Fager. Knights cross the ice and out of the zone into the Eagles' end. Beckerly gets it to Stevie, drops it for Kristalovich. That one off the skate. And back into the zone. They'll try again. Schmidt, far side for Beckerly, tips it out to center, but that one picked off at center ice. They get in, throw one at the net. That one off the stick wide. Beckerly gets leaned on. Now they get it up for Stevie at the blue line. Tips it in. Billingsley in front of his own net. Picks up a slow-moving puck. He'll get it back out. Now Schmidt steps up to center ice. Puts that one in, but that one picked up again by Billingsley, far side. Up to Manolo. Near side has a lane. That one off the stick of Maddox. He's able to get there and keep him from getting the full shot on, but they don't clear it. Throw him back in again from the far point. Trying to get it out. Giorgio throws that one at the net. Schmidt there to pick it off. Gets it out of the zone. Johnson misplays the far side. Fager there to pick it up. He'll backhand it in. That one off the stick of the Knights defenseman. Will come over to the near boards. O'Brien skates in. That one, another one knocked down, and now Madigan will get the high stick there. So the Eagles will give a offensive zone face-off here now. Finally, out shooting the Knights 8-4. Still no score. Bostic, O'Brien, McKay up front, Matthews and Maddox on the back side. Bostic wins it back for Maddox. Reese throws it in. That one through traffic, but off the leg of Johnson. Comes back out. Knights with it down low far side, trying to get it out of the zone. They do. Matthews in the neutral zone, knocks it down, goes right to the tape of Smith as O'Brien reaches around. Everybody wants a call, and then gets it all with the stick. Kid just fell down. McKay tried to flip it in through traffic, and that one off a body comes back out. Smith backhands it into the zone. Maddox will pick it up down there behind Altich. McKay has that one popped off the stick. Now trickles loose top of the zone, it'll come out. Knights got to reset back from center. They flip it in near side, past Matthews down low. Altich will settle it. As Nolan picks that up, flips it around. They can't clear. Knocked down again, far side, Knights have it. 3 against the board, bodies hitting the deck and puck bouncing everywhere. Nobody out with it. Now the Knights come out. Maddox able to get a piece of it. And then a big collision in the corner far side, and Maddox. And a body meet. Reese gets the worst of it, pops right back up. He'll go to the bench for a change as Matthews dumps that one in. Now picked off down low by Callison, trying to beat Carlson in front. And they're just a hair off tonight. They'll get it figured out here before this one's done. Schmidt bumps Stevens off the puck. Welsh can't rim it around. It comes back out. Now we're going to get a call here as they're going to get the retaliation on Stevens. So the first penalty of the night is going to go against the Knights. As Stevens goes for a minute and a half. Slasher Ruffin, he's still, now he's going to get 10, and that's a 2 and 10, so Stevens done for the next 130 plus 10 after that. And they'll put Bachelor in to serve the penalty. They're at 2:40. Eagles on the power play looking to get a goal. They can't hold the puck in as Manolo brings it out for the Knights, short-handed. Into the zone, catches up to it. That one off the post and then off the boards down low. Callison with it, dropped it back for Schmidt. Too far, now John gets it out far side. That pass behind McKay, now loses it in the skates. Let's get it out of the snow, gets it up for Callison. Crossed into the zone, gets it to Bilger. In front, shot on, try to get the tip was Callison, but the save made and tipped away. Now in front to turn it over. Knights pick it up, clear it away. This will be icing on the Kniggets. 49 seconds left on the power play. Another offensive zone face-off coming. They'll put Schmidt, Fager, Kristalovich, Welsh, and Stevie out for this one. Drew to the dot. Gets the face-off win to Welsh, back to Schmidt. Alex skates to the top of the zone, gets it back to Welsh in the circle. Gavin couldn't pull it around. He gives it back out to Alex again. Now he's got him open once more. Backhands it all, but Gavin, it just broke for the net. So come back for it. Gets it down low for Fager. Looking for a tip in front. See with the shot on. A big save there. Still loose down low. Fager with it again. Kristalovich, and that one goes in. Drew gets that one. 25 seconds left in the power play and 1:34 to go in the first period. The Eagles take a 1-0 lead. Stevens remains in the box for another 10. He'll be out first whistle after 8:26, and shot in from the point. Save made by Carter Altidge. The Eagles convert on the power play. Kristalovich with the second goal in as many games, and Eagles with a 1-0 lead here as we come into the closing minute 20 of the first period. Knights threatening down low. Manolo with it in the corner near side. Trying to flip it around for Madigan far side. Billingsley on the boards, gets it back down low. Manolo blown behind the net. Beckerly able to get his skates into it. Schmidt knocks it down, gets it up for O'Brien. Drops it for Fostick. Jake comes across. He will bring it in the zone. McKay holds up. Pushed off, tried to drop it back for Finn. Met with resistance there from Bartlett. Down in the corner, O'Brien pushed off by Manolo. Two big boys going at it down there. Able to get it around for Matthews. Bounce it, puck, he'll kick it ahead for McKay. Back down low. Fostick and Manolo go after it. This is Madigan trying to kick it back for O'Brien. Puts on the brakes, drops it back. And Fostick is right behind him. Turns it over to the Knights. They'll bring it out. Now they cross center, dump it in, need a change. Eagles going to try to catch him. To get it up for Callison, has to hold up the pass behind him. That one too far for Carlson. Jacobson will pick it up down low. 14 seconds to go here in the first period. Back out of the zone. This will be icing on the Knights. Now it'll stop the clock with 6.6 to play. Carlson, Callison, Kane, Matthews, and Maddock all stay on the ice for the last 6 seconds. Puck drop one. Carlson got it to Cali. Tried to get it off. Maddock throws that one at the net. 1 second to go, and that'll do it for the first period. Eagles strike first. Power play goal from Drew Kristolovich at the 1:34 mark. Gives the Eagles a 1-0 lead as we go to the second here in Chesterfield. Ready for the second, no, put out. Same line at the end of the first. Maddock and Matthews on the backside. Callison, Carlson, and Kane up front. They win the draw. We'll look to add to their 1-0 lead as Carlson tried to bring it into the zone. Comes back out from Cali, has to hold up for Mason to reset. Throw it in, but the Knights get it, rip it back or out. Batchelor. Batchelor, maybe? Sounds fancier. Looks like Batchelor. We'll say Batchelor. What the heck? Brings it in for the Knights. They try to flip it around, and Matthews down low to pick it up. Stick handles in the zone. Now brings it back center top of the zone. Tips it out. Knights cut off the lanes. Now they throw it back in. Matthews has to get it. Batchelor to Devereaux. Right behind him. They pick it up, and that's shot off of Aldridge's glove and over the net. Eagles playing a little loose here in this one. Now Callison gets tripped up on the boards near side. They don't call it. Johnson brings it in at the point. Has that one roll off the toe of the stick. Can't get it back. Callison comes over, gets a little bit of revenge, a little forearm shiver. They seal it back. Now Callison trying to get it out. Smith there hits it top of the zone, puts it back in. They can't clear. Far side. Now that's pulled away by Kane. Comes in, knocks. Sounds like it got caught in a sleeve. Knights keep it in. That one thrown on by Devereaux, and it goes wide as they change. Knights on the short change now in the offensive zone. Eagles go to clear it out. No icing. Linesman gets the tip at the blue line. Oh, the Eagles thought they had it. They got it caught on the change. Manolo comes in, but has nowhere to go with it. Good job for the Eagles to get back in. They keep it in there, though. That one thrown on the net by Smith. Wide. The Eagles had to race and not put too many on the ice. The whole team came off on the chain. Now they get it ahead. Kristolovich in all alone. There's a shot, and that one misses off the glass. Drew trying to get his second of the night. Likely should have been his third. Instead it stays 1-0. Now he has it far side, tips it ahead. Fair, down low. He's leaned on. Bilger comes to help out, gives it back for Kipton again. Try to leave it back for Stevie. He crashed in. Now trickle out of the zone. Schmidt picks it up at the point. Then to flip it back ahead. Kristolovich comes back for center. Looks up. Smith bumps him off. And now Kristolovich and Smith at his center. And the Knights flip it in for icing. Fossick at the dot, trying to win it back. The Knights steal it away, and here comes Stilts out of the zone far side. Had Madigan trailing near side. Schmidt the first to it. Alex gets held up in the corner, but still able to fight through. Gives it to McKay, a little out of his reach. Comes out of the zone. Billingsley almost put it back in offside. The Eagles run right into the puck. Knock it out. O'Brien gives it to Beckerly far side. He'll throw it in as he crosses center. McKay to the corner. Can't catch up. Fossick on the near side. Gets it in. Now fights Billingsley for it. O'Brien with it in the slot. Kicks it back out to Beckerly. Skates on top of the zone to O'Brien. Holds it in the circle in front for McKay. That one's shot. Now a second attempt off. McKay goes off the blocker. Goalie never saw it. It was good positioning. Kept it out. Now McKay tips it for the slot to O'Brien. Now loose in front and backhand in. O'Brien gets it. Finn gets goal number 2 on the night for the Eagles. His first of the series. The Eagles with a 2-0 lead here. 12:35 to go in the second period. We'll get Beckerly and McKay the assists on those. Why not? O'Brien puts the boys up 2-0 here. Put it back into the zone. Jacobson in the circle, has it stolen by Welsh. Gavin goes to his corner. Kicks it back out for Kane. Has it in the slot. Shot on. Tipped on by Carlson. No, that one doesn't go in. Another no goal is somehow able to keep it out. Carlson picks it up again before he can clear the blue line. Tips it far side. Trying to win the race to it. Devereaux gets there with him. Able to knock it back, and the Knights will clear it out near side. Back from Matthews. Tips it ahead right to Bachelor. Able to tip it away again. Now they work it at the point, trying to get it out of the zone. They do. Bachelor puts it in, but Caden right there at the blue line to flip it back out. Carlson will chase him in. Now Welsh takes him out, and that's going to be a call there, and that's not a good penalty to take right there from Gavin. Sticks the leg out and trips up Devereaux, and he'll kick at his leg as he skates to his end of the ice. So Gavin goes for 1.5 minutes, and you just can't do that. So with 11:50 to go in the second, down 2, the Knights got a chance here with the man advantage to get one back. That one flipped up, and that one goes into the bench and off the back of netminder of the Knights, literally standing right at the blue line in the bench. So a break there for the Knights. Will bring it back into the zone. Stevie Bilger, John Schmidt, and Fager on for the kill. Schmidt has it, gets it up for Fager. He tried to get it past Doman, but good defense, keeps it away. Kitchen trying to steal it back in. Now Stevie picks it up as center. The All-Stars bring it into the zone, but that one pushed away. Here come the Knights the other way, 3 wide. Fight it off from Fager. That's shot on off the blocker and wide. That was trailing away from Carter Altich. Fager knocks it down at the point. Stevie tips it ahead. Schmidt races up, can't get there. They get it back in, and now it's a 3-on-1. Doman has it, tries to lose it for Stilts, instead gets it right back. Now drops it out of the zone. The Knights kind of panicked a little bit, didn't realize they had it. Broke so free, and now we got an icing call here on the Eagles with 37 seconds left in Gavin Welch's tripping minor. Stevens still in the box, serving his 10-minute misconduct. He's got a couple minutes and change left on that. Eagles fighting off a penalty as they've got it down low. Kristalvich has it poked away. Fossick on with Beckerly and Alex Schmidt for the kill. They shoot that one on. Altich there with the save. As he keeps the stick down, 5-hole close, and we'll do it again from the near side. shot in from the point. Off of Kristalovich, comes out of the zone. Drew battles with Cernko up near center. Cernko able to steal it back, brings it into the zone. 14 seconds left on the power play. Tried to center for Madigan off his stick. Far side, Johnson had that one poked away by Beckerly. They retreat back top of the zone. Catch Cernko wide open near side, and a big save there from Altidge to get some help out from Beckerly as he's able to clear it away from danger. Now bringing it in, and Carlson and Foster meet at the blue line. Knocks Jake down as he's going for the change. They get it out of the zone. Devereaux, far side, brings it in, drops it. Shot on, that one wide, far side of the net. Puck still tied up near side. Madigan now loses it to Carlson. Kristalovich, far side, trying to backhand it out of the zone. Kept in, and they'll throw it back in wide. Schmidt pick it up, flips it up over Madigan. Doman at the point. Holds it in against Maddox temporarily, then able to clear it back to Carlson. Mason, top of the circle, has it. Callison dropped it back for him, miss. Schmidt there to pick it up. Now he's pushed off by Manolo and on the break. Matthews trying to get back on it. Shot on, pad saved there by Alton. Eagles out shooting 12 Knights 12-8 with a 2-0 lead. Knights have turned it on a little bit here after the power play. Eagles getting away with a couple of misplays and a little bit of sloppiness in this one. Had a couple bounce the Knights' way as well. This very easily could be a 4 or 5-0 game at this point, much like last night. Persevere through it. Now Callison knocks down the outlet from Matthews at the blue line, steps across center, throws it in. They're going to call this one icing, and I'm pretty sure Callison had the red line, but we had the center line, but no dice says the linesman near side, and they'll bring it all the way back. To the nearest circle with 8:50 to go in the second period. Marling up against Fossick in the dot near side. Had it, try to get it around far side. Now they shoot it in front. Matthew's able to knock it down and off with him back to the point. McKay with it, drops for Maddox. Billingsley holds it in at the point now. They battle in the near boards. O'Brien comes in trying to fish it out and clears it out of the zone, but the Knights there to pick it up. Saylor gets it over to Giorgio. Fossick right there on him. Able to pick it up as O'Brien backhands it in just as Fossick clears. McKay will chase him in. They get there first. Trying to clear it away, knocked down by O'Brien, leaves it for Matthews. Nolan steps up on the backhand, trying to force it through. That one off is skating out. As Bachelor ices this one down the near side. Good shot on the board, 12-7 the shots. Kristalovich, Fager, and Stevie up front in the offensive zone draw. And now we're going to get a stop here as somebody went early. And we'll go again. One back to Schmidt, cross side for Builder. Steps up, shot on. That one blocker saved. And trickles out far side. The near point held in there by Schmidt against Cernko as he tried to force the issue. Fager chases it down low. Giorgio pins him up against the boards. Kristalovich comes in to help out there as well. Pinned in, now they pull it away. Knights have it, trying to get it out near side. Smith brings it, but fans on it, leaves it, picked up there by Fager. Knocks it back into the zone. Kristalovich tries to get to it. Now Stevie over at the point trying to hold it in. It'll trickle out. Goes back to Bilger far side. Goes to bring it in. Devereaux holds him up. Shot on. Save made by Leeds. Back around to Schmidt near side. Fager has it down low against Billingsley as he reaches around, pokes it free. Tipton with it again, trying to center it up. That one off Kristalovich's boot. Settles down for the Knights. Oh, it was jump save there by Schmidt, but couldn't move it ahead. John got every bit of air he could, but now here they come the other way. Cernko with a shot on, save made by Altidge. Couldn't find the rebound, but they can't clear it either. Another big save there from Carter. Now far side. Stevie's looking for the puck. It was right behind him. Bill picks it up, puts it off the boards. Kristalovic trying to put it in. That one off the skates of Jacobson. Now, far side, Bill with it. Skates in, trying to get it to Allison. Another one off the post, and now leaves a lay back on the puck to keep it out of the net. Holy cow, another one that just doesn't go in. At least the third post of the game, if not fourth. Eagles still with only a 2-0 lead. 6:30 to go in the second period. Holy cow. Lead those that. Both of these sets of nets, a new layer of paint and a fresh net. Now we're going to get a call here against Beckerly as he's going to go for a hooking. Stevens out of the net is on, or excuse me, out of the box is on the ice for the Knights. Beckerly to the box. Once again on the kill are the Eagles. They've killed off one tonight. They'll have to do it again with 6:22 to play. Carlson, Callison, Matthews, and Alex Schmidt on for the kill. Trying to center it up, that one off of Callison. Matthews with it in the corner. Flips it high out the center ice. Jacobson will glove it down there. Ooh, Carlson had a piece of it as he knocked it down, but spinning puck rolled away. Now he gets it back as Callison was able to tie him up. Mason in, alone, puts it on, another one off the post. Why not? Callison in, gets it, puts it up high for Schmidt. Near side for Matthews. Nolan turns around, backhands it now low for Carlson. Pumps Jacobson off. Has it. Cowley coming out of Mason. Looks like he took a stick up high, grabbing at his chin and throat as Mason Carlson. Schmidt steps in. Ooh, tried to drop it between his own legs, rolled away. Johnson picks it up, gets it out of the zone as Carlson off. Get looked at. Fager comes on for him. That comes in. Oh, and they call that one offside, and that was laying on the blue line, and we'll take it. That looked on to everybody except the man that matters too, and he said it was out of the zone. So break here for the Eagles. Still 30 seconds left in Beckerly's hooking minor, and we got a face-off outside the zone. Fager will go to the dot for the Eagles as John Schmidt and Bilger step back in. Stevie up front. Bilge has it in the corner. Double team there, and he's trying to fight through it. Squirts to the front of the net, and Schmidt there to clear it away. This one will trickle down length of the ice, so we'll go for icing. Fills 15 more off of the power play, and we'll try once more far side. We got another restart here as it looked like. Everybody went a little early. This one won by the Knights, thrown in and wide of the net. 5 to go and 6 seconds left on the power play for the Knights as Fager has it far side and trying to pin it there. Beckerly out of the box. So Eagles 2 for 2 on the kills. They get this one out of the zone, but it's through Stevie's legs. Can't catch up. Now Schmidt with it in front of his own blue line. Moved it to center for Fager. Into the zone. That's Kristalovic behind him. Tried to get it to Stevie far side. Now pulls it back. Top of the zone. Kristalovic trying to steal it away. Bilger finishes the job, but they can't hold it in. That one out and knocked back in by Kristalovic. Now the offsides on the Eagles. Knights must be just one shot on the power play. Back to 5-on-5 action. Everybody out of the box and on the benches. Now this one's stolen away from Maddox. Get it into the zone down low. Centering pass. Tip to Cernko, but he can't pull the trigger as Fossick gets in his way. Now O'Brien skates it out as Fossick and Circle run into each other at center ice. Bounces off a body circle, brings it back in. Trying to find it, lost it a couple times behind him, picks it up, flips it around near side. Devereaux gets there, tips it towards center, and that one shot, oh, and they swing and miss, had the back door open, and Alton was able to make the save, but couldn't put it on. They do keep it in, throw that one down behind the net. Matthews there, puts it on the backhand, trying to get it out of the zone. Gomes throws it down to the corner. As McKay and Fossick battle with Cernko. Cernko can be a pest. Has been, that one tipped off a skate. Aldridge there to cover it up and stop things at 3:34 here in the second period. Back for Billingsley. He'll flip it down to the corner instead of taking a shot. Madigan drops it down low. They try to center it up for Manolo, but that one broken up by Beckerly. And we're going to get another call here. Eagles going to go back on the power play. Aldridge heads to the bench. That one pushed away from Carlson. Carter gets to the penalty boxes and comes back to his net. Manolo will go this time for the Knights. 3:14 to play here. And they'll get Manolo for an elbow. One back to Welsh. Alex Schmidt out there as well. Turns around, dumps it back for Stevie near side. Jack trying to center it up. Kristalovich and Fager on the ice to start the power play. Gets back to Schmidt, gets it back in. Now this one knocked off the stick of Stevie and backhanded in, knocked down by Billingsley, and he'll flip it out of the zone. Schmidt picks it up his own side of center. Ooh, and Stevens almost went off for a change, turned around and came back. Schmidt holds up as they reset, gets it over for Fager, far side, leaves it for Welch, moves it into the slot, pulls around, forehand, tried to get it back. That was shot on by Kristalovich and high off the glass. Put it in the zone still. Stevie trying to get it back down low for Fager, gets it there. Now tried to center it up off a stick. Kristalovich with it, flips it over far side. Welsh broke down low, comes back for it. Drifts out top side, turns around, got Schmidt behind him. He'll hang on to it, finds some space in the slot. Quick shot on, rebound comes out in front. Stevie can't get there first, comes back to Schmidt. Madigan was right there. Jack with it on the blue line, puts it in. That one stays on. Welsh throws that one at the net. That one off of Giorgio and goes back down to the corner. 1:57 to play in the second. Another one shone by. Kristalovich goes wide to the far side. Schmidt holds it as it settles on the blue line in the snow. Turned around, throws it towards the net, goes down low. 2 seconds left on the power play, and Manolo out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. Schmidt from center tried to knock it ahead for Callison. Carlson out. Good to see Mason is okay. They took that one in. It's going to be offside. On the Knights, they'll bring this one back out to center. Smith at center. Whoop. One by the Eagles, back out to the zone. Kane leaves it for Carlson. He and Callison get tied up far side. Mason comes back with it. Callie goes in front of the edge. Mason fights through it. Tried to center it up. In front, Kane shoots and scores! Caden Kane with a smirk on his face. Gets a fist bump from Bilger, and I'm not entirely sure that's how they drew it up, but it works. Kaner gets himself one, makes it 3-0 with $1:16 to go here in the second. Kaner gets in on the fun. Makes it 3-0 here as we get ready for the Zamboni break here at the end of the second period. Schmidt moves it up for Carlson, trying to tip it ahead, off his body and in onside, got Callie in front. Hold on to it to the corner, and that leans on it. Now that one thrown at the net off the side of it. Kane with it again. Trying to center it up, gets it top of the zone for Bilger. Takes a shot, that one off of Smith and goes wide far side, under a minute to play in the second. Eagles still have it in the zone. Bilger, far side of the point. Thought about dropping it, but Kane said hangs on to it. Shot on, that one blocked in front, down low. Oh, and another shot to score. Callison able to get that one by. Thought Leeds had it in the mitt. Callie finally gets one to drop. Yeah, Callison puts the Eagles up 4-0 with 40.9 to go here in the second. So the Eagles score twice in 36 seconds and take a 4-goal lead. Try to add one more before the break, it looked like. Almost had it into the zone with O'Brien. Instead it comes back out. Now they throw it on. That one off the glove of Altage and Wild. Now Matthews puts one into the board. No call. That's Cernko. McKay gets it as Fostick falls down. Pushes it out of the zone. 11 seconds to go in the second. Down low, we're going to get a stop here at 8.5, and Doman goes after Fossick, and now some extra pushing and shoving from O'Brien on Cernko. They're going to put Devereaux in the box. And they're going to get him for a trip, so with 8.5 seconds to go, the Eagles back on to the power play here. And they'll have it when they come back out of the Zam break. Eagles win the draw down low. Seavey comes in, checks Doman into the board that he thought it was Fager. Still have it loose into the slot. Oh, Welsh couldn't turn around and put it on. Time expires. We'll go to the third on the power play here in just a few minutes. Eagles score too late here in the second. They get 3 of them in the period and lead this one 4-0 at the break. They'll go to the third on the power play. Back after a bit. Oh, never mind. They're going to let these teams come off individually. And now Jacobson over to referee's going to make the boys sit on the bench while they do the ice cut. And the last few nights they sent them to the locker room, so. Knights come back out, they'll go to the benches. We'll take a break here. Dan will come and give us a new sheet. 16 minutes to go in a game that has no bearing on the outcome for Sunday. Eagles will host the 2011 Knights in the championship, 4 o'clock at Afton on Sunday, but we got one more to play here. They lead the 2012s 4-0. We'll be right back. Oh, are they not going to cut it? Maybe not. They just told the Zamboni guys to go off. So no ice cut, I guess. A bit against the rules. Well, glad I didn't turn everything off and walk away. We'll take a little extended break and be right back. right, no ice cut then. All right, well. Didn't know this was Vietnam. I thought there were rules here. All right, anyway, back to the third on the power play. The Eagles trying to close it out here quick. This is moving along. Welsh with it on the power play. Krasalovic, Fager up front. Stevie in, Schmidt out as well. They swing and miss far side. Would have thought, too, after the tempers flare there at the end of the second, the break might have been welcome. We'll take it. Back to Schmidt on the point. Drops it down low for Stevie. Jack backhands it in front. Who had Krasalovic open off a skate. Comes back out for Schmidt. Schmidt steps up, takes a shot, and just a half second late. Madigan able to get a piece of it, knocks it up out of play. Quick look at the people traveling this weekend out of town. I know the Carlson's listening as they travel through central Illinois into Chicago for the weekend. And Wittenberg's also heading north as Bailey Locko is going to Rockford to play some volleyball. So good luck to everybody. Be careful. It's storming out up that way, and we'll have it here later on. Come back safe and victorious. Eagles with it inside. Can't get it on. Now Schmidt with it. Top side, 22 seconds left on the power play. Hits it down low for Carlson. Far side, Schmidt backhands it back in. Off of McKay. Comes back for Schmidt. Got some room. Gets it to Bilger near side. Top of the circle. He'll put on the brakes. Comes back up. 5 seconds left. Bilge content to hold it. Set it up. Thrown on. That one tipped down by Callison and goes wide. Down low, back to 5-on-5 once again. So one power play goal in the night for the Eagles. As this one cleared the length, and icing is the call. Unable to get a shot on the power play. Eagles just trying to kill off time. Oop, sorry about that. Thought I hit pause. Whoa, now I give a penalty. Here we go. 14:22 to play here in this one. Eagles spreading around a little bit tonight. Krasalovic let it off. Thought he had one early. Got it on the power play in the first. He just dropped 3 in the second off the 6 of O'Brien. Caden Kane and Jack Callison have a 4-0 lead. Now Kane goes down behind the nets. They try to get it out from Maddock. He has a backup. As Batchelor brings it out of the zone. Maddock trying to push him off, forces him out wide and down low. And they're going to call Reese on a trip, and that is one of the softer calls we've seen in this whole weekend. Right. So Maddock going to go for a trip, and .13:55 to play. Eagles back on the kill. At best, Reese had a hand on his hip. Though the same crew missed one that was blatantly in the net. Here we go. Still appreciate him coming out. Ooh, Schmidt almost able to put it off the skater leaving the ice to get a too many. They made a 4-on-4 instead. Knights escape with it. They have it in their own zone deep, and now this played off the stick of Johnson as McKay comes in able to tip it free. Krasalovic comes over to the boards near side and trying to pick it up. Can't hold it in. Now Stevens gets out around Schmidt 1-on-1 against Matthews. Throws that one on, and it's over the top of Voltage's head. Goes off the glass, far side. Picked up there by Schmidt once more, trying to push it out. That one off a body, comes right back to him. Alex off the boards near side, out to center. Eagles change, and Jacobson brings it in. Skates along top of the zone. Matthews forces it back at north. Or south, I guess. able to get it and tip it out of the zone. Still 3 seconds left. Maddock able to come out of the box, and they kill it off once more. Picked off at the point by John Schmidt, trying to move around Johnston. Throws it on off the chest of Leeds in front. And that comes off a little bit. The play on. Referee sets this one back up. Must have a hot date trying to get out of here. O'Brien gets it top of the zone, backhands it back down low. Gets it around the far side. That one pass. Bilger and out to center ice. Now they turn it over. Manolo brings it in. Shot on. Save made from Alton. Top of the zone. Eagles trying to bring it back in. Carlson trying to get a good clean entry. Does. Gets up against Schaub. Now leans in on the backhand. Throws it at Leeds. He holds his ground. Keeps that one out of the net. With 11:31 to play. Bring it out of the zone, near side. Up into Beckerly's head. More head contact they don't call. Throw it at Altidge, keeps the pad down, keeps it out. Zerko, oh, and now they level. Beckerly up high. And this one should be minor with the head contact misconduct. Cross check there on Devereaux, they don't. But Devereaux to the box once more. At 11:08 here in the third. Bilger has it off the draw backside here on the point. Skates around with it, gives it up to John Schmidt. Under Madigan's stick for McKay, down in the corner, a little too far for him, has to go get it. Battles it there. Carlson with it. Trying to wrap it around. Now he gets dropped by Doman down low. Schmidt steps up from the point, pulls it in. The slot shot on, blocker save from Leeds, comes over near side. 20 shots on net now for the Eagles, and this one cleared the link. That'll be icing on the Knights. Stolovich back there again to Welsh near side, gets tied up. Baker down low, can't get there. Stevie goes back to the point, holds it in, flips it back down low for Kipton once more. Kipton pulls it around, trying to backhand it on, almost put it off the pads it in. Now in front, Stevie tried to put a shot on, gets tied up. As Batchelor and all of them get tied up, and now we're going to get a call here. Music playing, and now they get it touched up. They're going to call Stevie for a hook. And so with 10:09 to play and 32 seconds left on the power play, we'll go 4-on-4. For 32 seconds, the Knights will get another power play. Stevie back to the box, or to the box, I should say. And more penalties called in this game than we had in the last three combined, I believe. Second hooking call of the night for the Knights. They've had 2 trips, 2 hooks. As this one shot in from Giorgio goes over the right shoulder of Altidge over the crossbar. A cross check Matthews far side, get away with it. Now Matthews steps back in. Takes exception. Gets it, the puck gets it out for Callison. In they come. Throw it down. Giorgio misplays it. Carlson plays the body. T and Callison in the corner. 3 seconds left on the 4-on-4. The Eagles on now on the kill. Smith brings it in but loses it off the toe. Matthews came in to finish him off and now does so at the blue line. Allison gets that one up and out of the zone as Smith comes off the ice. No icing the call. Giorgio picks it up. Cross ice pass in the zone. Now misplayed by Johnson. Fosdick chases it in, trying to pick the pocket, turns around, goes the other way. Knocked down the blue line by Devereaux. Flips it for Stevens. He can't play it. McKay able to tap it ahead back down towards the Knights' end. 20 seconds left on Stevie's penalty. The scorekeeper hasn't gotten the number right all night on the scoreboard. He's also behind on the shots and has played the music during play, so kind of perfectly bad tonight. This one swung and missed on by Matthews, top of the zone. Maddox picks it up in the circle, flips that one out, and this will go the length of the ice. This will be icing on the Eagles with 8:32. Both teams kill off their penalties. Power play goal off the stick of Drew Kristalovich back in the first remains the only special teams goal of the evening. He'll take the face-off now against Cernka. Egger reached up trying to steal away from Manolo. Now hacks at it and able to steal it away on the second try. Brings it out of the zone, has Stevie ahead as he gets pushed up by Stouts. Throwing at the net. Ooh, and now Stevie pushed into the netminder by Johnson. Salvage with it down low, trying to throw it on. Fights through a couple of stick lifts. Ball's down, and he backhands it to Fager down low. He tries to center it up, turtles back top of the zone. Schmidt steps up, shot, now and scores! Alex Schmidt back onto the score sheet here in this one with 8 minutes and 1 second to play in the third. Alex makes it 5-0. Out shooting the Knights 21-12, lead 5-0 here. 8:01 to go in the third period. Trying to get through this one without getting hurt or getting a bad draw. Now they put Carlson, Callison, Welsh line together again out on the ice. Rolling clock at 7 goals, and maybe they're trying to go ahead and get that and get this one over with and out of here. Officials four went the ice cut between the second and the third is dictated by the guidebook, as this one's going to be iced by Schmidt. Anderson with a powwow at his bench talking to his boys. They have one more big game to play coming up on Sunday. This one an exercise in attrition at best, and don't want to make bad habits. Callison with it on as Carlson fed him, and Carlson with it back, still loose in front. They give it back to Callie. Turns around trying to throw it on, pulls it around to the backhand but can't put it on net. Gets it back near side, top of the circle, far side, and Carlson shot on. A big save there from Leeds. Leeds had work cut out for him tonight. Mason can't buy a goal right now. Now Fossick, O'Brien, and McKay will take their place. With 7:09 to go. Top of the zone again. They clear this one away. Maddock will pick it up on the blue line. O'Brien turns around, flips it in. Billingsley with it down low. Still taught down low. Eagles able to steal it away. McKay trying to wrap it around as he tuck it in. No indication yet. It does appear, yeah, Jackson McKay got the goal. There was no indication from the referee off the bat. 6:36 to play, and Jackson McKay with one. So Jacks picked it up. They forced the turnover down low, wrapped it around, and tucked it in behind Leeds. Makes it 6-0. Eagles going to try to get the 7th and get this clock rolling here now. They put it into the zone. No icing. Johnson will pick it up down low. Fager backs off instead of chasing. Good job there. Picks it up on the board's far side. Knocks it back in down low. Kristolovich will chase him in. Johnson with it, trying to make something happen. The Knights trying to get on the board here late in the third, coming up to the 6-minute mark. Aldridge, who turns around, flips it behind the net, almost put it in his own net. To the corner they go. Kristolovich out with it. Has Stevie ahead, but he'll hang on to it up the board. Now tips it ahead for Jack, but just a hair too late. Stevie in offside, the head of the puck. As we crawl under 6. Goals from Kristolovich, O'Brien, Kane, Callison, Alex Schmidt, and Jackson McKay had the Eagles a 6-0 lead here in Game 4. They'll go a perfect 4-0 in the pool play, but the one game that matters most will come up on Sunday. Carlson steps in, trying to feed Callison. The Sailor save made there by Leeds. Come back out, pocket picked by Callison, comes out of the zone. Carlson picks it up, throws it towards the net. Johnson knocks it down. Now this one's kept in by Welsh. Top of the zone, flips it ahead to the corner. Callie will chase it. Turns around, goes to back out. Stays high. Cross ice pass down low. Knights trying to get it out. Knocked down by Callison without the center. Poked ahead by Matthews up to Callison. Jack comes in again, has Carlson in the middle. Now he'll creep over it. Welsh takes up the shot in the slot, and Carlson's shot on, deflected up high out of play. As it fails to get through, they'll switch it all up here once again. Foster get the dot, didn't win it. Far side, do the nice. They're able to get it out of the zone. Schmidt backs up the center, flips it back in as the boys clear. McKay picks up the puck far side. The Knights try to clear and can't get it out under 5. With it down low, Knights haven't been able to do much here in the third. The Eagles have really turned it on here and have a 6-goal lead. So I say that, they bring it in. Shot on and a glove save there for Aldridge. Manolo slams himself into the boards in frustration. Taking this face off far side with 4:42 to play. With the dot, wins it back. They get it to Giorgio, he misplays it. Fager picks it up top of the zone, brings it out near side. Stevie will hold up his center as Fager tips it in as he crosses center. Far side, Kristolovich trying to backhand it towards the net. Off a stick, and Giorgio picks it up. He'll leave it. Knights will bring it out of the zone near side. No look past the center, kicked down by Fager. Beckerly backs up in his own zone, trying to move it ahead. Picked up again by Manolo. Centering pass. Shot on, and that one off the post. Gets it back, Manolo steals it again. Have it far side, another one off the post. This one off the far side post. 2 straight shots, 2 straight posts. Trying to center it again. Stevie able to get in the way of this one. Stouts loves it down. Poked away by Stevie. Now they clear it back to center. Giorgio near side trying to hold it in. It's back to Manolo. That one bounces over his stick. Tip, no icing. Carlson going to chase it in against Billingsley. Far side, Welsh steps up, backhands it to the corner. 3:24 to go. Eagles not pressing. Parking the bus, and they're just going to wait this one out. Welsh seals against it in. They're just going to set up a wall at the blue line and keep this buried in the zone. Kane steps up from the point. We fans on it to get it down low, and now here comes Manolo out of the zone with it. Gets some help from Maddox, puts it right off Manolo's bucket, back to him. Able to get it back to Carlson. Bounce it, puck in. Ooh, that one almost bounces through, and Lee's able to get a stick on it. Far side. Now Dickinson steps on the puck. Comes in. That's going to be offside with Carlson in. Has the puck settled on the blue line. Go Brian McKay out with 2:45 to go. Schmidt with it. Flips it in from center. Another big save there from the Leeds, and they'll let him drop it. Eagles back off, let him play the puck down low. Tipped out of the zone. Rolling puck, tipped ahead by the Knights, but they can't hold it in. Comes back to Smith in the neutral zone. They'll chase the Knights back to their own end. Up to center. That one through traffic and into the zone. Beckerly picks it up in the circle, turns around, flips that one out. Picked up there by Smith. And he'll put it back into his own end. They'll reset. Jacobson trying to move it ahead. Put that one off of Fostick, and now bouncing puck past McKay. Nola picks it up, throws it back in far side. 2 minutes to play. The Eagles with a 6-0 lead. Knights take another shot on. Another big save there from Aldridge. He gets it off the pad, and it's another one off the pad. 2 in a row for Carter. First game back after the injury, been out all season, gets to start tonight. He's been spectacular. As they now steal this one away. Maddock got a good stick on it. Fager steps up, dumps it in. 1:36 to go. Leads. Leaves it. Knights trying to figure out who wants to play. Now Johnson gives it over far side. They'll dish it back near side for Devereaux. Devereaux steps up, throws that one past Stevens as we come down to the 1 minute mark. Matthews with it, down low behind, pushes down Bartling, and they don't call it. Let it play. Held in on the blue line by Schaub as Stevie tried to get it out of the zone. Jack will try once more, gets tied up with Bartling and Schaub near side. Thrown down by Schaub and comes back out of the zone off the stick of Stevie. They have to reset. 50 seconds to play. Off the boards, far side, Devereaux hops over Matthews, throws it on, glove save there for Aldridge. And 42.4 to play. We'll get another face-off far side. Carlson, Callison, Bilger, Kane, and Schmidt out for the Eagles. They win the draw. John Schmidt off the boards far side for Callison on his backhand, brings it out, gives it up to Mason Carlson. Comes across center, who had that one roll off, turned around, picks it up, and backhands it in far side, 30 seconds to play. Eagles with a little bit of a slow start in the first, turn it on in the second. They score 3, they add 2 more in the third. They have a 6-0 lead and under 20 to play. Bilger gets it out of the zone, back to center, Schaub. Pushed into the boards by Carlson as the puck skirts by him. Belmont picks it up with 10 to play in his own end. They'll hold it there. Eagles come in and take care of business. They'll go 4-0 in the round robin. They'll take on the 2011 Knights on Sunday at 4 p.m. at Afton with a shot to go to Dallas. Hey, Mom, Carter Aldridge, he gets the shutout in his return. Clay for the first time this season gets to come out and give the hug instead of getting them all as he and Carter meet top of the zone. That's good to see there. Exciting game played by these two, and the Eagles come out on top. They win this one 6-0, and we'll see you guys on Sunday from Afton, and a shot to go to the national tournament in Dallas on the line against the 2011 Knights. Should be a good one. If you're free, come out and watch it. Should be fun in South St. Louis County. One more time here from the Chesterfield Valley. Eagles take down the 2012 Knights 6-0, and we'll see you all Sunday afternoon from Afton. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, or excuse me, Friday evening.